ever through our social media platforms, now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and for your news headlines, log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.nta2Lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPads, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
Andy! What do you mean? Why you call lock and down with chain and padlock for anybody?
My master say make we cross.
On the news tonight, Lagos Police Commissioner reads Route Act to cultists as Lagos Security Trust Fund donates vehicles to police. On our health report of tonight, correspondent takes a look at Alzheimer's disease, plus latest in the world of sports. A very good evening to you out there. Thank you for joining us on NTA2 News this hour. I'm Abolade Salami. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Imoyimi Edgar, has read the Route Act to cultists in the state that they will now be treated as robbers when they are arrested. The Commissioner of Police made the remark while addressing security stakeholders at Area A Police Command Town Hall meeting held in Lagos. Ken Igbeluge reports that the meeting is part of ongoing efforts to support community policing in Lagos State.
Town Hall Security and Police Public Partnership meeting provided the opportunity for the Commissioner of Police to articulate his strategies towards curbing crimes in Lagos State. He also sought the support for community policing by providing useful information that will help the police in fighting crimes. The Commissioner of Police admitted that several parts of the state are currently being terrorized by cultists. He vowed to crush them as he is prepared to put an end to their activities. He also advised parents across the state to caution their wards who are members of cult groups to stay out of violence as he is prepared to deal ruthlessly with any person found to be a cultist in the state. The Commissioner of Police further explained that the police will set up vigilance groups in local governments that will be active at night between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. They will work closely with the police to ensure that the vigilance groups operate in compliance with the law.
Every vigilante group in every community must have a minimum of 3 armed policemen attached to them. Policing activities will be based strictly on partnership and understanding of the core policing needs of the people. Where we come in is to provide the necessary legal muscle because we are the only ones empowered to carry firearms.
Security and safety is all about information gathering. They are not soothsayers, they are not wizards. They can't know what they do. The police cannot know what they do if we, the citizens, do not provide information.
Giving them good information at whatever kind of meeting they call, whenever they call, and we attend and we give them full information.
Dedicated phone lines for complaints to be received 24 hours in various indigenous languages and pidgin were given to the public. In Lagos, Ken Igbeluge, NTA News.
A flight of utility vehicles have been presented to the Lagos State Police Command in fulfillment of its pledge to combat crime. Dotun Ogunyemi reports that the vehicles were presented through the Lagos State Security Trust Fund.
Presenting the new set of utility vehicles, Managing Director of the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, Dr. Abdulrazak Balogun, pledged the continuous support of the state government to the police command. He said Lagos State government takes the security of lives and property as well as the welfare of officers as priority.
As long as we continue to get resources from well-meaning Nigerians and corporations, we continue to, put into good use like this for all our security agencies. I'll just name any security outfit in Lagos State. Our major function is to assist them in providing such assets.
The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Imoyimi Edgar, who appreciated the gesture, stressed that the vehicles will be deployed to the areas where they are needed immediately. He however solicited the continuous support of members of the public for effective policing.
Where the vehicles will be put, like other metro patrol vehicles that are put in various points all over the state, will serve henceforth as mini police stations.
Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Imoimi Edgar, had earlier met with traditional rulers, government representatives and other stakeholders in Alimosho, Ojo and Ikeja local government areas on the partnership that will enhance a better productivity and service delivery from the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police advised residents to be security conscious at all times and report any strange activities around them to the authorities. In Lagos, Dotun Ogunyemi, NTA News.
Harnessing the potential of the value chain in power sector is germane to ensuring return of investments and power stability across the country. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, stated this while intimating members of the organized private sector and alternative energy service providers with power sector developments at a day power summit organized by the Guardian newspapers in Lagos. Musa Toliat has the report.
The Power Summit with the theme Beyond Rhetoric, Turning Nigeria's Power Sector Value Chain Potential to Profit provided a platform for the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, to set the record straight on developments in power generation, transmission and distribution in line with the Power Sector Recovery Program. The minister said, although there is a significant improvement in power generation, which currently stands at 7,001 megawatts, the federal government is not unmindful of the need to do more to meet the energy needs of Nigerians. He stressed that the ministry is poised to explore opportunities that abound in power sector value chain to attract more investments capable of boosting power stability in the country.
Payment assurance guarantee. The day we announced it, even before we started paying, a power company called me, Minister, please come and commission a 119 megawatt plant. 1 week after, we haven't paid. The combined capacity of the 3 hydro plants, Jeba, Kainji, Shiruru, just roughly about 1,000 megawatts today. So it doesn't account for the 6,000. Their combined capacity. So clearly something is working.
The minister also spoke on an impending regulation that will pave the way for the participation of metering service providers expected to be released in October.
We are close to releasing the opportunities that lie in part of the electricity value chain, which is meter production, meter supply, meter installation. There's an opportunity for meter supply business by people who are not discos.
The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission and the Senate Committee on Power shed more light on incremental power, customer enumeration, and steps required to check energy theft in the country.
There are tamper-proof things now. There are ways that you can use smart meters to decide if somebody has tampered with it, you will know. What is important is to make sure that the value chain is profitable enough.
The diagnosis has been correct and results are coming. We are in a good state to move forward and things will be better for us.
The Minister of Power, Works and Housing later proceeded to Ajah, where he commissioned a 60 MVA and 132-33 kV mobile transformer substation aimed at supporting power distribution to Ilaso, Badore and Ibeju axis of Lagos Island. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
27 states of the Federation are reeling from effects of flooding this 2017, just when people are beginning to think that the worst is over. We have been told there is another imminent flooding as Niger and Benue Republic are set to release waters from their dam to avoid overflowing. This was the focus on the meeting between NEMA, NIMET and other relevant agencies to work out modality to manage the situation. Ilyasu Ali Yakub reports.
Emergency meeting is convened by NEMA to brainstorm with relevant agencies and strategize on some preemptive measures in rising to the red alert issued by NIMET on the imminent flooding that may occur as Niger and Benin Republic set to release its dams. With the progressive increase of water level to alarming states in Benin Republic, Niger and Cameroon dams and streams, stakeholders at the meeting with NEMA have advocated immediate relocation of communities resident in flood-prone areas in the country. The Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency confirmed that Both Kainji and Jaba dams on River Niger and Shiroro Dam on River Kaduna are already spilling excess water into River Niger, which portends danger to the state of Kogi, Anambra, Delta, Rivers, Imo, Bayelsa and Benue State, among others.
So whatever happens in all these other countries affect Nigeria. We are located at the downstream. All the rubbish, whatever it is, Nigeria is at the same end.
If it is possible to move people, let them move. Because, like he also said, which I agree, life and you can't equate life with property.
Kogi State need a reservoir, something akin to what you have in Jabi Lake. For you to protect Delta State and all the states downstream, you need to pay a lot more attention to Lokoja as we speak. We are happy that NEMA is calling together this meeting
by making sure that the people that are involved are evacuated from those flooded areas.
The Director General of NEMA, Mustafa Mehadja, said the agency will ensure proper management of the situation in collaboration with relevant agencies and state governments.
So we are trying to equip ourselves with all the facilities to make sure that we have the necessary information, which are the tools for us to respond.
This year's flooding, which has already affected about 27 states in the country, is attributed to climate change and aggravated by the increase in volume of rainfall in the country. In Abuja, Ilyasu Aliyakubu, NTA News.
The Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Malam Yakub Ibn Muhammad, has reaffirmed support for the Nigerian project by NTA on sustainable national development. The Director General made this known when the National Association of Macro, Small and Medium Enterprise of Nigeria conferred an award on him for the NTA's role towards touching the lives of the poor. Ingino John Adams reports.
The National Association of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises of Nigeria, NAMSEMEN, in collaboration with Mutafitare Global Resources Limited, are extending their services to rural areas to improve the lives of rural dwellers. One of such areas is Idiroko community in Ogun State, where they commissioned NAMSEMEN Mutafitare Business Office and inaugurated executives who will spearhead the activities of the association. Merit awards were also conferred on some individuals who have impacted the lives of people, especially the poor. Among the award recipients is the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Mohammed, who was represented by the General Manager, NTA Educational Television Lagos, Mrs. Antoinette Falong.
The area of enterprises is critical and vital, and we will continue to work with new programs.
The concentration on oil resources has really brought down the Nigerian economy. So we are promoting rural empowerment for rural communities.
The officials are optimistic that their goal of reaching out to more rural communities will be met. From Idiroko community in Ogun State, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
And still ahead, causes, prevention and management of Alzheimer's disease. This is on our health report of the week, plus latest from the world of sports. Please don't go away.
Secret to my everyday radiance is that chocolate glow. It gives me confidence.
I've not made my hair.
Congratulations, girl. Here is chocolate for you.
Chocolate. I couldn't have asked for better.
Chocolate wigs come in different styles and sizes. It's 100% human hair, long-lasting and affordable. I just upped my game with chocolate wigs.
Sweet life,
chocolate hair.
NTA2 Lagos Network Center brings you broadcast service wherever and whenever through our social media platforms, now live on just a click away. Global news, sports, business reports, politics, issues, events and happenings around the world, your favorite past and present TV programs, drama, documentaries, and for your news headlines, log on to www.youtube.com/NTA2Lagos. Watch, download, comment, and subscribe free. It's simply www.nta2lagos and explore our world of news and events. Available in all smartphones, iPads, and all Android phones. Like our Facebook page, NTA2 Lagos Network Center. You can tweet us at NTA2LNC. NTA2 Lagos Network Center, your reach out station.
We're glad to know you're still there. On our hot report tonight, Joy Ken Abakwea examines a disease that damages memory and other mental function, especially amongst the elderly. It is called Alzheimer's. What is it? Can it be prevented? Here are details.
Nigeria in recent times has been bedeviled with lots of challenges. Most of these challenges, speakers at this symposium noted, are as a result of absence of integrity.
If you or anyone around you is above 60 and is often disoriented, have difficulty in remembering recent events, constant mood swings and impaired speech, writing or reading, then it is time to see a doctor, as these are symptoms of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive neurological disorder that slowly destroys memory and thinking skills, and eventually the ability to carry out the simplest task.
Always begins with memory loss, but not when you just forget things once in a while. It's when that person starts forgetting things all the time, to the point where the person starts repeating questions, asking the same thing he just asked 1 minute ago, asking it again. So patients lose short-term memory first. And often people don't diagnose it because they think, well, mama is just getting old. But the truth of the matter is, if that memory problem is occurring all the time and it starts to interfere with the person's ability to do the things that he or she would normally do, then you have to be worried that you are developing a condition like Alzheimer's disease. Ultimately, it progresses. It begins with memory and then it starts progressing slowly over time to the point where the person is really no longer able to care for himself, no longer able to speak, no longer able to even walk in some cases, might have difficulty controlling oral secretions, difficulty really maintaining any form of hygiene or upkeep without being dependent on other people to provide the care for him.
Causes of Alzheimer's, according to Jide-Williams, a professor of neurology, are poorly understood, but it says some conditions could increase the risk of the disease.
We don't know the cause exactly, but we do know that there are certain things that will increase a person's risk of having it. The first, there's nothing we can do about it, and that is age. It tends to be a disease of elderly people, usually occurring above the age of 65, but it can occur earlier. And for every decade after age 55, the rate of Alzheimer's disease doubles. 2, it tends to affect women more than men. 3, if you have someone in your family that has exhibited this progressive memory loss and decline in mental function, then it's important to have that diagnosis made, because if a father, a mother, a brother or sister has Alzheimer's disease or a form of dementia, the risk of you getting it is actually higher than other people. The other thing is diabetes also has been shown to also confer higher risk of getting this disease, and also smoking has also been shown to confer a higher risk of getting this disease.
Experts say Alzheimer's vary in severity and accounts for 60 to 80% of dementia, a general term for memory loss and cognitive decline.
The mild stage is really just memory, and so an individual just forgets over and over again, repeats himself, inability to really recognize familiar spaces. So mama or baba goes out and gets lost. They can't find their way back home. In the moderate stage is when the behavioral symptoms become more intense. This is when the caregivers almost give up, because the person becomes paranoid. As the disease progresses, then you enter the more severe phase, and that's when usually the person really becomes unable to function independently at this stage.
The neurodegenerative disease first appears between the ages of 65 to 70 in most cases, but medical experts say the disease is not a typical part of aging.
People just tend to overlook these types of symptoms because they think it's part of normal aging. But the truth is, in normal aging, you still should be able to care for yourself function independently. If you have memory loss to the degree where you cannot function independently, that memory loss is usually a problem.
They also say the disease can lead to death, as the average life expectancy following a diagnosis is between 3 to 9 years. Is there a cure for Alzheimer's?
The disease is fundamentally incurable, although there are these symptomatic treatments that can improve the quality of life over a short period of time.
How can it be prevented?
We know, for example, that being cognitively active, being cognitively stimulated, and not being cognitively idle. You take up a new language when learn a new language when you're getting older. If you say Yoruba speaking, learn Igbo when you're getting older, learn Hausa when you're getting older. Just learning, keeping your mind active and sharp and always challenging your mind has been shown to have some protective effects in reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease.
Experts conclude that a healthy lifestyle that includes proper diet and regular exercise may help support brain health and prevent Alzheimer's. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abapoya, NTA News.
The need to pay more attention to the livestock industry as a viable sector capable of increasing the country's gross domestic products was the opinion of experts on NTA's flagship program, Good Morning Nigeria. Guest also says funding is one of the key issues affecting the industry. Gufan Shaji reports.
Shows that Nigeria is #1 in livestock in Africa and has the most conducive environment to make this sub-agricultural sector more viable with a view to boosting the nation's gross domestic product, GDP. However, lack of policies, research institutes and funding are some of the factors identified by guests as militating against the development of the livestock industry in Nigeria.
We need to look at livestock as a national business, despite the fact that individuals run it. So we should be able to provide all the necessary incentive in terms of training, in terms of facilities, for us to be able to transform the livestock.
The only place where a full cow is consumed and no iota of value chain is taken away from the cow is Nigeria. When a full cow is being consumed, you've displaced 54 children from school sandals, because a full cow will give you 54 sandals for school children. The horn of a cow is used in making buttons. But ours, no, we burn ours. Is the best glue, customized glue for furniture making is from the bones of these cows.
They also called on government at all levels to invest in modern technology in livestock production, grazing reserves, as well as a total overhaul in the value chain of the sector.
There is the need for us to introduce modern livestock production, not only for the purpose of breeding good cows, but also for the purpose of getting good quality milk.
The river Niger and river Benue trough, throughout the year there is water. A lot of the land mass in this area can be grown into controlled grazing areas where new protein hybrids of grass can be grown so that the nomads themselves stop roaming from one end of Nigeria to the other.
The guests also reiterated the need for key players in the livestock industry to become more responsible, implement regulations to guide livestock, as well as a deliberate budgetary process for the industry. In Abuja, Gufan Shaji, NTA News.
Electing visionary elders, giving qualitative education its right place, and restricting the minds of Nigerians for patriotism and rule of law are factors needed for Nigerians' quest to remain an indivisible, united and prosperous nation. Some elders' statesmen stated this at a symposium in Lagos. Annie Daniels reports that the theme of the symposium is restoring a tolerant and value-driven society in Nigeria.
It's not gainsaying that Nigeria in recent times has been bedeviled with lots of challenges. Most of these challenges, speakers at this symposium noted, are as a result of absence of integrity, mutual respect, hard work, illiteracy, intolerance and greed among Nigerians, including those in leadership positions.
When especially, if we've all gone to school, as I said, compulsorily, within 15 years, 20 years, there will be no more illiterate in Nigeria.
Our culture needs to be harnessed if we want to have a very good society. We need to upgrade our culture, we need to harness it for the benefit of the society.
They unanimously agreed that restructuring the minds of Nigerians, qualitative education properly pursued with determination, as well as inculcating moral and cultural values in the younger generation, will enable Nigeria to attain true federalism and compete favorably with her counterparts elsewhere.
The orientation of our leadership from that of acquisition, of having an appetite which has no limit, which they will consume everything in their path and leave the rest of Nigerians wretched and miserable.
This will be enhanced when we have true federalism, that you have to do something for yourself to move up.
The symposium was organized by the Hallmarks of Labour Foundation. Its aims and objectives include identifying Nigerians who have achieved success through hard work, honesty and integrity in their fields of endeavor.
Indeed, our young people can look at the lives of these people and fashion their lives after them. That's why we call them role models.
Awards were presented to some deserving Nigerians at the event. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
And up next is Sport Update with Amanzi Marcos.
Nigeria is now 44th in the world and 5th in Africa in the latest FIFA rankings released on Thursday. Nigeria garnered 696 points and dropped 6 places in last month's ranking from 38 to 44. Germany is number 1, followed by Brazil and Portugal. At the ongoing National Youth Games in Ilorin, Kwara State, Rivers, Akwa Ibom and Bayelsa States won gold, silver and bronze in the 10 kilometers race on day 7. Taiwo Mati of Ondo State beat Habib Olalekon of Kwara State in the final of the table tennis event, while hosts Kwara won the gold, silver and bronze in the girls category. Correspondent Deinde Sani reports that 195 medals have been won, with Ondo State leading with a total of 25. Meanwhile, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria has promised to do more in the area of grassroots athletics development to ensure younger athletes take over smoothly from aging athletes. Technical Director of AFN Sunday Adeleye said after the board's meeting Wednesday in Abuja that the athletics season starts in December, while licensing will equally be accorded priority by the new board.
Well, we looked at those issues of how we're going to license our athletes, license the coaches and even the officiating officials, so that there's a category and then we know where and who is who and what have you.
Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo returned from a 5-match La Liga ban with a brace as the Spanish Giants defeated Apoel Nicosia 3-0 in the first leg of the group matches of the UEFA Champions League Wednesday. Liverpool were held to a 2-0 draw by Sevilla at Anfield, while Monaco drew 1-1 with Leipzig. With Sports Update, Amanzi Marcus, NTA News.
And that's the news this hour. Thanks for watching. I'm Abolade Salami. Good evening.
With gratitude and total submission to the Almighty God, the family of Onokoya announced the transition to eternal glory of our beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle and cousin, Mr. Afolabi Abisiga Onokoya, aged 68 years. Funeral arrangements are as follows. Thursday, 14th September 2017, service of songs and wake at 18 Adinrele Street, Poplar Hotel. Beda, Lagos, time 5 p.m. Friday, 15th September 2017, funeral service at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, City of Refuge, 4951 Shasha Road, Akonwojo, Lagos, time 10 a.m. Interment follows thereafter at Ebony Vault, 3 James George Street off Alagbon Close, Ikoyi, Lagos. He is survived by wife, children and a grandchild. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Announcer, the family.
Life indeed is a beauty to live when all expectations are met. In a bid to meet your expectations of us, we welcome you to another refreshing package of Nigerian movies today. I am Adetoke Akinpelu. Without much ado, let's go straight to our movie of the week.